Crypto Warriors, it's Ultra Crypto back at it again. Today is Friday, September 18th, 2020. I'm on CoinGecko right now, and the market is in the green. Bitcoin is up 2% over the past 24 hours. So is ETH, and everything is looking good over the past 24 hours. It's all because of, drumroll, the free unicorn. Sounds like unicorn. Makes sense. It's because of the unicorn airdrop to users of the Uniswap DEX on Ethereum that caused this pump that's currently happening in the market right now, in my opinion, my humble opinion, of course. When I made that video yesterday about getting your free Uniswap, it was at number 7, ranked at number 77. Now it's ranked at number 41. Crazy what could happen in less than 24 hours. I even just saw, to my surprise, when I was searching for here, Sushi Swap. Sushi Swap is at 73 on CoinGecko. So all these DeFi coins, man, they are all pumping and gaining substantial amount of ranking. And yeah, let's get into it. Today I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin, mostly Bitcoin, and why it's important to own at least one Bitcoin. This is from blockchaincenter.net. This is the Bitcoin rainbow price chart. And as we can see right now, according to the price chart, it's a buy. Bitcoin is a buy according to the rainbow price chart. Is it basically? It's basically a fire. It's in the basically a fire sale section. Well, no. It's back up into the buy section, as we can see right here. Yeah, it's in the buy section. It's in the buy section. But yeah, it was even at these prices, basically a fire sale according to the Bitcoin rainbow chart. Next one we're going to take a look at, because I like to visualize things. I like to see things and see how they map out. Again, from blockchaincenter.net. There's another chart that I like to use. It's called where is it? I'll just pull it up. This is it. I like to use this every now and then in some of my videos, because you'll get to see, and this was as of 4 months ago, back on May 27th, 2020, where Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are compared to the monies in the world. So compared to gold, the world's billionaires, we know that Jeff Bezos is now over $200 billion. We know that Elon Musk is a top 3 now. A lot has changed since May 2020 in only 4 months. But again, talking about visualization, I go off on these tangents, man, but just bear with me here, please. I know I go off on these tangents. I see that the drop off on my YouTube analytics. I drop you guys right about now, so just stick it out. I guarantee you'll appreciate it all the way to the end of the video. Please smash that like also. But this is Bitcoin supply visualized, and here we have all of the Bitcoins on exchanges right now. Now, if we go back to CoinGecko real quick, it's saying that the circulating supply, does it have it? No, it doesn't have a circulating supply. Oh, that's CoinMarketCap, isn't it? Let me see. Here it is. Circulating supply is 18.4 million Bitcoin. We know that's not true per se, because this is currently what's circulating out there. 2.6 million Bitcoin on exchanges. These 1.5 million Bitcoin, the zombie coins, these are mostly Satoshi's coins. And people in the early days of Bitcoin, the early years of Bitcoin, that mined Bitcoin on their laptops, mined Bitcoin on their desktops, and basically lost the keys and lost those computers. This is Grayscale Trust. Grayscale have 406,000 Bitcoin. We have Bitcoin mined per year. So this is what's being mined currently as of the halving in May 2020. So Bitcoin's mined per year. This is associated 200,000 with the Plus Token scam. That was a big scam over there in Asia. This is the lost Bitcoins of Mt. Gox, or is still on the Mt. Gox wallets. People are still in litigation to try to get their actual Bitcoin back. Please do your research if you're new in the space. Look up what Mt. Gox is. This is why we stay in the space or not your keys, not your coins. If it's not your coins, right? If you don't have the private keys, those aren't your coins. Do not leave your coins on exchanges. And we saw what happened with Mt. Gox, and Mt. Gox is basically trying to pull a scam, because they're just trying to pay people the the monetary value of the Bitcoin at the time of the hack. They need to give those people their Bitcoin back. Again, I went off on a tangent. Sorry. This is what the Winklevoss twins owns 150,000 Bitcoins. I definitely think they own more than that right now, because this was back in like maybe 2013, 2014. They owned 150,000 Bitcoin. It's been 7 years since then. I could almost guarantee that they have they have doubled the amount of Bitcoin that they have. The Bitfinex hacker. Oh wow, I didn't know 120,000 was hacked from Bitfinex. That's crazy. 100,000 on Ethereum due to DeFi. Everything's about DeFi right now. So you have wrapped BTC locked up in Ethereum right now. That's a lot. MicroStrategy. I've spoken about MicroStrategy. They just came out this week and said that they're holding more Bitcoin as their reserve currency. So here you have it. 38,250 Bitcoin being held by MicroStrategy, 30,000 by Tim Draper, 10,000 spent for one pizza. It was actually 2 pies back in 2010 for the Pizza Hut pizzas by the Bitcoin pizza guy, and 1,000 Bitcoin locked up in the Lightning Network channels. Now, these are the rest of the supply in circulation. This is what's being held by people like yourself and me. This is what's being held right now. This is how much Bitcoin is circulating out there. This is it. And this is what's left to mine. Only 2.5 million Bitcoin left to mine ever. That's it. Take that into consideration. Please, when you're talking about Bitcoin and you're trying to introduce it to people, let them know that it's digitally scarce. The first artificially scarce asset. Only 2.5 million left to be mined, and that's it. That is it. Point blank, period. Now, when they say that there's 18.4 million that's quote unquote circulating out there, is not true, because as we can see, this is what I don't know what this number is. I probably should have did the math before. I'll do it when I'm editing the video and put a number up. What is being circulated or what's being held in wallets and things like that, right? We have this number and basically this number, and that's it. The rest of it all right here is being held by scammers or scammers' wallets and exchanges and high net worth individuals. Okay, so there you have it. Here's why Bitcoin at $480,000 might not be a pipe dream. This is something to take into consideration. I know numbers have been thrown out there and it sounds crazy. You know, Bitcoin's only valued at what, 11 grand right now. To even, you can't even imagine it being worth or valued per Bitcoin at 487K per Bitcoin. But you got to take in, again, everything into consideration, right? And I love visualization. This is from AMB Crypto. I love, it makes sense to me when I can see things. And if Bitcoin were to replace gold as a safe haven asset, it must climb to a value of 400K, one that will push its market cap to $8 trillion on par with gold's, according to the data provided by Econometrics. So here you have it. Bitcoin market cap in context. This is as of August 18, 2020. How much must one Bitcoin be worth to match the market cap of those assets? Now, I got the idea for using this chart from Satoshi Stacker. He's the one that I got the news from when the Uniswap free token airdrop was happening. So go check out his channel, Satoshi Stacker. And here it is. This is the visualization right here. We have currently, right now, Bitcoin is sitting at above Jeff Bezos's market cap, or net worth. I said his market. Yeah, might as well say his market cap, right? Because he is valued at over $200 billion. But when Bitcoin drops to $10,200, it's on par with Jeff Bezos. And right now, it's currently above. Even right now, I know this was dated as of August 18th, but as of right now, it's $11,000 per Bitcoin, so it's above his. And when it reaches 16K or 16.5K, it's on par with JP Morgan. And then you have Visa, and then you have Facebook, Apple, gold. This is what we're aiming for right here. Okay, gold, and then the ultimate is US M2 money supply. All right, the present day market outlook is very bullish, and if Bitcoin retraces on the charts towards its 2017 glory, close to 20K, its market cap will be on equal footing with Visa. Doubling its this value will put it just 1 trillion short of Facebook's value. I don't know why I couldn't read that. Again, I get super excited and then I try to blurt all these things out, and I'm trying to make the video as concise as possible. Right now, it is possible for Bitcoin to achieve a market cap that is equivalent to Apple's since it just 10K or 10x from now. However, for it to replace gold, there will have to be a great wealth transfer from boomers to millennials, and that's what is being tied up right now. That wealth is being held on to a lot of boomers. A lot of boomers are still retiring, and as they pass, they will transfer their wealth to their children and grandchildren, and their children and grandchildren are more than likely to get into Bitcoin and use that wealth to preserve or try to preserve that wealth by using Bitcoin. This trend, alas, is only expected to play out over the next decade or so. I could definitely see that happening over the next decade, or it could happen even faster. Who knows? This is Bitcoin. It could happen tomorrow, or Bitcoin could drop to zero. Well, Bitcoin is never going to drop to zero. I'm going to just throw that out there because I personally have buy orders set at $1,000 and also at a crazy $500, just in case there's a glitch somewhere on one of those exchanges. I'm scooping it up if it drops to $1,000. If you know, so there you have it. So Bitcoin can never go to zero because I will personally try to buy them all. All right. Next, we have another bullish case for Bitcoin. Kraken becomes first crypto exchange to charter a U.S. bank. Now, this happened a couple of days ago, and this is a big news right here. It plays into the banking system as a whole. So that means you have to read The Creature from Jekyll Island and understand what the banking system is and what the Federal Reserve is and what they've been doing over the past 100 years. And to understand the way we know banking as it is now started back in the 1600s. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm taking a little, again, tangent or detour back in time. To understand what's happening right now, you have to understand what has happened in the past. And I'm not going to, again, delve too deep into that. Again, this is like, Bitcoin is a black hole, man. You dive into that black hole and it sucks up everything, so just investing in Bitcoin alone is enough, in my opinion. So yeah, Kraken is the first cryptocurrency firm in the US to become a bank. They beat Coinbase to that punch, and I'm glad that they did. All right, I'm glad that they did because yeah, Coinbase, again, not going to go off on talking about that. On Wednesday, Wyoming Banking Board voted to approve the San Francisco-based crypto exchange's application for a special purpose depository institution, an SPDI charter. Kraken is now the first SPDI bank in Wyoming, according to Wyoming Division of Banking's General Counsel, Chris Land. Kraken will also be the first newly chartered bank in the state since 2006. De novo, I guess that's the Latin for it. But let's get to some of the meat and potatoes. So what's an SPDI? SPDIs are not allowed to lend, and each bank has to hold 100% of its assets in reserve. So if they have $10 million worth of Bitcoin, they have to have that $10 million in its reserves. I don't know if it's on location, but it has to have it. It has to have it backing it 100%. And that, my friends, is a significant change in the way how banking is being done. And if you know anything about fractional reserve banking, you know that banks don't have to have 100% of their quote unquote funds that their deposits in reserves. They have to have a fraction of it. Most big banks would have to have like maybe 10%, and I guess smaller banks like 5% or something like to that effect, or vice versa. Ever since the pandemic, they changed that. Look it up. Ever since the pandemic, the reserves of banks, right, the fractional reserves was dropped to 1% or I think 0% or something like crazy. They're saying that they don't have to have anything in their reserves at all. So they're just totally creating money out of thin air. But Again, we know that is happening. When an SBDI, like the one that Kraken has formed or started in Wyoming, they have to have that money in reserve. So if you have your Bitcoin deposited with them and you want to withdraw the cash value of that Bitcoin, they have to have it. Plus, they have to actually have that Bitcoin there. They can't lend out your Bitcoin and do shady bankster type things. SBDI banks can hold digital assets but will never have legal ownership over those assets. This means that even if a SBDI bank goes bankrupt, those assets have to be returned to customers, whereas a trust company can have its assets claimed by a judge during bankruptcy. And that, again, is looking out for the individual. It's looking out for the customers. Wyoming is setting the precedence as the go-to state for crypto banks and banks of the future. Also, this is Caitlin Long. She's the one that kind of got this thing started, and you should know who she is. Caitlin Long also expects the SBDI charter to pressure crypto companies to offer proof of reserves to customers and the industry at large. Again, having that proof that you have the reserves there. SBDI banks have to provide a Merkle tree. This is some cryptographic things happening here. All right, a Merkle tree to their auditor so they can cryptographically verify that their reserves are theirs. He said, "We have zero insight into whether the service providers are solvent or not, and they're not even audited in most cases." So the likes of Coinbase, Binance, all these other crypto exchanges, and especially banks, we know that they don't have the funds. Banks don't have the funds. Banks are dead as we know them today. Banks are dead. This is the future of banking. People want to be able to trust. People want to be able to verify. All right, don't trust, verify. People want to be able to verify that what you say is true. And as the digital asset news, Dan says, trust is a currency that can be bought. I know this is one of my longer videos. I hope you stuck around and you can see why Bitcoin is going to take off in the future and why Bitcoin is so important. Let's talk about it in the comment section below. Smash that like, hit that subscribe button, and let's talk about it, man. Sergeant Crypto, and I'm out. Peace.